Hey there, Seb by the Realtor here, and I'm standing in the living room of a listing I have which is closing escrow in just a few days. And I'm here because this transaction has a very interesting story to tell. If you're wondering how you can make sure for absolute certain that you are getting the very highest price possible for your home, then you definitely want to watch this video. Alright, well before I get into all that, I want to first thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. And would you please mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget, click that little bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I put up a brand new, fun, fact-filled video, kind of like this one. Alright, well I'm standing here in the living room of this listing I have, which is closing in just a few days, because this actually, to me, is one of the most interesting transactions I've had in my entire 20 years selling real estate, and I wanted to share it with you. So actually, it's a lovely house. It was built in the late 1970s, but it's on a hillside lot, and because it is on a hillside, it does have a decent view, but it also has no usable land really, and it's also built on stilts. It's actually built out of these like telephone poles that are impregnated with copper and drilled into the ground, and the copper stops the wood from rotting. And actually, there is it's actually below the street level, so there's actually stairs going down from the carport to get to the house itself. And it's also a reverse floor plan, so the living room is upstairs. And the bedrooms are downstairs, but you start at the second floor and then go down. So it's a very unusual floor plan. Also, it has limited parking. There's really parking only for 2 cars. Actually, you can fit 4 if you park them in tandem, but that means the first 2 cars can't get out. But it is 3 bedrooms, and it is 2.5 bathrooms, and it is in an area with a good school district, great weather. There's a lot of things going for the property. There is some road noise from the freeway not too far away. Not very bad, certainly. Many other homes sort of in the vicinity have more road noise. And we did get this house sold, but it did take almost 2 months. It took about 55 days, which was up dramatically from what we had seen earlier in the year when homes were selling in 2 or 3 weeks. Now it's almost 2 months. And so while 55 days was quite a bit of time, actually it turns out that it wasn't really very much, if anything, longer than other homes which were selling right around that same period of time. It's just that the market had really hit the skids. The market really was not moving at all. It had congealed. So rather than panicking, rather than just cutting the price and using that to bring in a buyer, instead what we did was we were more methodical about it. We looked at the market. We saw that really nothing was selling. We did a survey. We talked to other agents and found out what their activity was like. And it came back that the market actually had frozen solid. Nothing was really moving. And so it wasn't really a problem with this house per se. It was the market as a whole had just sort of frozen up, locked up. And so rather than cutting the price out of panic that we weren't getting an offer, instead what we did was we held firm. We held firm because we realized that there just wasn't anybody out there right now, and we needed the buyers to come back. And come back they did, because after about that 55 day on market time, we were able to get 2 buyers bidding on the property at the same time, and we did get a sale price over asking price, which is unusual for a home that's been on the market for 55 days. We didn't have 5 or 6 offers competing for the property at one time, but we did have 2 buyers competing for the property at one time. They both wanted to offer far less than asking price. Their initial offers were 12 to 13% below asking price, and they had both insisted, when they thought they were the only game in town, they would pay nowhere near full price. But what happened? We got some competition going, and we did get a sale over asking price. We sold about 1.5% over asking price, and get this, non-contingent, no inspection contingency, no loan contingency, no appraisal contingency. And the no inspection contingency is especially interesting because we did have a home inspection and a termite inspection and a complete set of reports and all of that. But both buyers had been talking about getting an engineer out to look at the foundation. Remember, I told you that this property is built on stilts. It's a very unusual foundation system, and so the buyers have been saying, oh, we need to have an engineer look at the property. And I can't blame them. I talked to an engineer before I listed it, and I said, hey, what can you tell me about this? He assured me it was fine, but I understood why the buyers had some trepidation about that. But the magic happened. Once they had to compete with each other, you know what they did? They waived their inspection contingency. Whereas before they had been talking about, oh, we need to have an engineer come in. That's going to take 2 weeks, maybe longer to make sure that's okay. That all went out the door as soon as they found out they had to compete. So we ended up getting non-contingent offers, no inspection contingency, no loan contingency, no appraisal contingency, and selling 1.5% over asking price. And this is at a time when the average seller was getting only 95% of asking price. We got 101.5% of asking price because I ran the numbers. I really had a very good understanding for where we were in the market and what was going on in the wider marketplace. And I knew that in order to make sure that we got the very highest price possible, I would have to bring these two offers along so we could get them in at the same time, competing with each other to get that very best result possible for my clients. And if you're interested in getting the very highest price, if you want to work with a realtor who is not going to quit, who is going to make sure that we leave no stone unturned and don't just cut your list price in order to get the property sold, then call this number here at the bottom of the screen. That is my direct number. Please feel free to reach out. You can text me or call me anytime. I'd love to speak with you about what we can do to make sure that you are getting the very highest price that the market will bear. All right, well, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm guessing you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do check those out. All right, that's all I have for this one. Thanks again for watching, and please stay tuned.